Hello, and welcome back to Sakura Moyu, and let's get started with today's read-through.
何それ
This place is dangerous, Doya. We need to leave quickly. I nervously look around my surroundings, and then putting a finger on my lips, I say, quietly. Don't make a sound, conveying with gestures.
タイガ
She tilts her head,
ごっこ遊び
maybe. I become somewhat embarrassed at those quiet words. I put the gun I made with a hand into my pocket. Seeing her scared, I tried to cheer her up. I tried to cheer her, and myself too, by joking around.
なんだかタイガお姉ちゃんみたいだね
She giggled. I told my head in confusion. Like, One-chan.
お姉ちゃんとも時々ごっこ遊びしてるよ
Huh.
かっこいい映画がお姉ちゃんは好きなんだけど一緒に映画見たらねお姉ちゃんいつも映画の人たちの真似をしようって言うんだよおもちゃの鉄砲でお店の中で打ち合いっこするの昨日もお姉ちゃんに付き合わされちゃったもん終わったらお菓子くれるからって
Doya shrugged in resignation.
可愛いお姉ちゃんを持った妹はとても大変なんだよ
Oh, I wonder how I should react. She wouldn't show that side of her in front of me. She always feels like a reliable One-chan, even then. Playing pretend, huh? I smile forcibly.
お姉ちゃんかっこつけたいお年頃なんだよきっと
Oh, you don't say, Doya-chan. Feeling proud, she continued.
お姉ちゃんは可愛いんだよ
Yeah, I think so too.
ねえタイガ
Doya asked with a low voice after walking a bit.
今の話お姉ちゃんには内緒だよ
Nande?
だって
Doya was looking up at me as if her tongue slipped.
お姉ちゃんきっと恥ずかしくなってお部屋から出てこなくなっちゃうから
That would be bad.
特にタイガに知られたって分かったらねもしかしたら泣いちゃうかもだよ
Why? Because of me?
かっこつけたいお姉ちゃんなの
Ah, I see. I get it. We steadily progress after having small talk, trying not to lose to the silence of the night, smiling as much as possible. We continue into the night town. There's no one. No one would pass by in this unnatural night. It is the quiet time period for now, the stagnated time of the night. The only sources of illumination are the stars and the full moon of the night sky, as well as the round-shaped street lamps placed in regular intervals. And by the way, I really like the moon is like a super close of it. Anyway, placed in ones and twos. The lights of the houses facing the main street. We patrol the night. We haven't found what we were looking for yet. We passed by the houses lit by lights. I heard a low voice. I stopped unconsciously at the presence of the first few people. With no choice, this would be strange to say, but I end up peeking in through the windows with open curtains. There was a happy circle of small family. A black dial telephone, a CRT TV, a short, round wooden table, a purposely loud, big radio attached to a gramophone. A setting reminding me of the Showa era. Is it a war song? A melody that could only be described as strange was flowing from it. Looking at it carefully, the table is surrounded by some things. The things were whispering words that I couldn't understand. I did say some things. However, they were not like humans. They're shadows. There are 4 deep, dark-colored human-shaped shadows. They exist in there, standing distinctly in that space. I did say 4 people, but I can't identify the man, the woman, or even the child among them. Those things were barely recognizable silhouettes, were wavering below the hanging light bulb. They must be eating. The plates lined up on the table are arranged with food. The shadows would frequently move their chopsticks that they were seemingly holding, as were the conversations that shadows were having, the expressions they were sharing with their space. I couldn't understand either of them. Even then, it looked like a pleasant atmosphere. These are memories. The incidents of this town for some long time ago, repeat and repeat. They continue to occur again and here, peeking into someone's memories. Their lives that were this happy. For some reason, I was staring into their moments, even though the door is supposed to be shut tight. The bizarre, sweet, fragrant atmosphere would leak out. Shaking, wavering. I feel like wanting to join into their circle. This is the stagnated time of the night. Always stagnated for eternity. If I can become like those shadows. I felt like nothing mattered anymore. But I can't really say that, and I won't. I think it's okay to take a rest.
ダメだよ。
Toya holding my hand firmly brought me back to my senses.
タイガー、あんまり見てたら取り込まれちゃうかも。迷子になっちゃうかも。そしたら帰ってこれなくなっちゃうよ。
I forgot. Thank you. Shaking my head and smiling, I said, a mummy hunter becoming a mummy wouldn't even be a laughing stock, right?
ミイラ、
Hmm?
タイガはすぐ怖いことを言う。
She was pouting. Putting ourselves together, we proceed. We walk past an old Japanese-style house. Again, lit up a bit. A faint light is leaking from the wood-barred window. Locking. I see another one. Suddenly, I ended up peeking inside the window. Faint music caught my ears. I became curious. That was not a house. It rather looked like a shop. Must be a music shop. A fully dressed man past middle age was playing the cello with a bow tie and a suit. This time not a shadow, but a human. He had a composed expression, closing his eyes, listening to the melody resounding through his body. Gracefully. He played just one string instrument, the one-string instrument with a solemn tone. The melody he played must have been made by a sad person long ago, for someone they loved. Suddenly, a woman appeared next to the man, with a translucent figure drawing near the man playing the cello. The two resembled the people smiling in the photograph on the wall. If he is not lost, then he is not a shadow either. Different even from a nightmare. It's a person who came to meet someone dear to them inside their heart, inside their dreams. They will naturally return to the midday world when the sun rises up. I can't waste time. I had to hurry. The stagnated time of the night had started to end, and then another night. The night's kingdom will begin. Cleaning up the stage before it opens is our job. Bit by bit, bit by bit. The number of lights increase. That house too, and this house as well. Even if the views are respectively different, there was no mistake that, for someone, a scene more than ideal was being projected. Toya makes a small voice and then points at the road.
見つけた。ほら、あそこ。悪夢のかけら。
I took a look closely. Something was wriggling inside the darkness. What is it? Looking closer, I saw that they were fish. What the fuck is this sentence? Floating smoothly through the night air. Brilliant red gold fishes. Round, fat, telescopic goldfishes. Flapping their mouths, they went into the music store, resounding with its yellow.
家の明かりに吸い寄せられてる。急いで回収しないと。
Inside the lights, they are dreaming, as happily as they can. We need to get them before bad dreams slip into the happy ones. Let's hurry! Before the door of the other night opens. The night too, we had to collect as many bad dreams as possible. Or else... We found many fragments of nightmares tonight too. They have many forms. Goldfish floating in the night air. Some red, some black, some white, and some gold. Like fireflies fluttering about, or so they appeared. Looking into the faint fluorescent light, a skull-like thing floats with an eerie smile. On touching that light, red blood splatters around, floating on the walls, on the roads, and running away are the silhouettes of goldfishes and dolphins. We go collecting them one by one with the appropriate methods. Goya locks them into a steel birdcage that she had in her rucksack. How did it fit into the bag? The birdcage Torikago is so big that she has to hold it with both of her hands.
このリュックはね、魔法なんだよ。口に通る大きさのものなら何でも入るし、リュックはいつまでも満杯にはならないんだよ。
Wait, I'll be right back. I need to get some ocha. Okay, I'm back. Saying that she was putting the torikago with the captured goldfish back into the bag. And then she pulls out another one. Using that, I catch another goldfish. One torikago is for one nightmare. Isn't that bag heavy, even though it never fills up? Does it not add up? You did say it was magic after all. I'll hold the bag after all, I say, but she refuses.
平気だよ。重くない。
It's Onechan's creation after all, Toya says with pride.
どんなにたくさん荷物を詰め込んでも、重さは3分の1なんだってお姉ちゃん言ってた。だから全然軽いよ。
Yep, or maybe it was light in the first place. She tilted her head in confusion. I see. A tool that the Maja no Yoru made, huh? Yoru no Maja, my bad. What happened, Toya?
ねえ、タイガ。
What is it, Toya?
全然重くないし、軽いんだけどね。
Toya looks up at me, blinking her eyes.
3分の1ってどれくらい？
I nodded and said, It's math time when you get home, Toya-chan.
嫌い。
She said, squeezing her cute face.
タイガなんて嫌いだよ。算数と同じくらい。大嫌い。
We continue collecting nightmares, using a bug net for floating goldfishes. To make sure we don't directly touch the blood splash or the skull's light, we grab them with special gloves, made with thick cloth. We use a strong casting net for the pod of dolphins swimming on the walls and roads. The drone nets fall through the ground as it's sinking into water. For the fish that pass through the net, a special make fishing rod is used to fish them up from the road, dropping the bobber into the hard road ripples. The school of fish swimming with caution passed by quickly below where I sat on the road. And then suddenly, the vicinity was covered in darkness. The moonlight and starlight were blocked by something above. I look above in fear. Over there was the silhouette of a giant fish, swaying and sliding. It was quietly swinging above our heads. I was startled, and then I shuddered at its size. I gulped down. A whale?
そうかも。びっくりしちゃった。
I see a giant whale drifting through the night sky, huh? Looking up at that thing, I recall many things, whether I want it or not, but if that big thing fell from the sky, we would probably get crushed. Glad it didn't fall on us, we laugh. We continuously put the nightmares that we can capture into the cages one by one. It is dangerous to directly touch the fragments of nightmares. It might disturb your heart and make you lost. That's why using various tools, we collect as many fragments of nightmares that we can. One by one. One by one. The number of warm lit windows start increasing. We do this so that the nightmare does not wander into the heart of someone having peaceful dreams.
結構たくさん捕まえたね。空いてるカゴもなくなっちゃったし、今夜はもういいんじゃないかな。
She puts the last cage that I captured a goldfish with into her rucksack.
タイガが一緒だったから、今夜はあまり怖くなかったし、回収早く終わったよ。
Was I useful?
とっても。
She spreads her arm wide.
すんごい便利な男の子だったよ、タイガ。
I like getting complimented, but I feel weird to accept it with honesty. We prepare to return home. Toya puts the fishing rod and the tools for capturing nightmares back into the bag. Hearing the cries of the whale from far away, I look up.
ねえ、タイガ。
She said just one word. She took my name. Her voice sounded like she was scared. Yes? What is it, Toya? I wonder if something happened. Toya's face started becoming pale. She is clearly scared of something. It can't be. Masaka. The thought runs through my mind. Toya, is there?
多分、迷子がいるよ。
So there was one. I frowned, hearing her response.
この先。
With her nose twitching, she pointed onto the road, engulfed by the darkness of the night.
このずっとずっと先の方から気配がするよ。
I looked where she pointed. Squinting, I tried to look beyond the darkness standing in my way. I had a bad feeling. My feet naturally head towards where she pointed. Oops. Toya was still standing there, unable to go ahead with our hands held, with legs stopped. She was looking down. With her sight dropped at her feet, she didn't say anything. I wonder what happened. Is she not feeling well?
あのね、タイガ。
She said, still looking down.
約束は覚えてる？
Hmm?
お願いだから、無茶しないでね。
Yeah.
タイガ。この道の先、本当に行くの？なんだか嫌な予感がする。
Toya.
だからね、もう一回約束。
Toya put up her pinky finger. Yeah, I won't be reckless, I promise. I smiled, looking at her worried expression, and then I put up my pinky finger, my pinky too. Right. I had promised. No matter what, I won't be reckless. I'll return with as few wounds as possible. I'll be fine as long as Toya is with me. Probably. We will return safely. So don't be worried, I say.
でもね、私、お姉ちゃんみたいに頼りにならないし。
That's not true, Toya. You're reliable. Very reliable, in fact.
タイガ、
Yes? What is it?
今夜はここまででいいよ。もう帰ろう。今までは怪我だけで済んだけど、もしかしたら運が良かったのかもしれないよ。嫌だよ。
Huh?
嫌だよ、タイガ。
With an anxious gaze,
タイガが痛いのになっちゃったら、私嫌だよ。
I pat her tiny head. It's fine. If we were lucky until now, we will probably be lucky from here on as well. So I'll go do it. What is this guy saying? Her face red. The tone of her sight was a torrent of criticism. Are you really understanding this danger? The face of hers is cute too, thinking of something out of place, I say. I'll tell you a good thing, Toya. Humans are all really strong. Far, far more than you guys. We can do anything. Toya becomes quiet for a while, and then she pouts a little.
わかってるもん。知ってるよ。人間は、タイガは強いよ。でも、
She squeezes. She puts more strength in my hand.
でもね、タイガが強いことは知ってるけれど、昔みたいにチアや日和にも手伝ってもらえたら、もっともっと強くなれるんじゃないかなって私は思うよ。そしたらタイガだけが痛い思いするのも少なくなるかもだよ。
Her voice gradually gets quiet. Give me a second. I forgot to load the game in Japanese locale. Damn it.
昔みたいにチアや日和にも手伝ってもらえたら、もっともっと強くなれるんじゃないかなって私は思うよ。
Okay, we should be okay now.
そしたらタイガだけが
Okay,
痛い
let's
思い
skip.
す
We
るのも
read this.
少なくなるかもだよ。
Her voice gradually gets quieter. Ando chiwa. Yorutsuki Hiyori. Ex Maho Shoujo, huh? I, Kanade Taiga, hate that word in many ways, but that's all fine for now. It's not a problem that I had to agonize over yet. Toya, where is the lost child? Is it still far? I smile at her. As cheerfully as possible, I forcefully twisted the conversation that seemed to be going the wrong way.
近い。すぐそこだよ。
Bewildered, her nose was twitching.
その角を曲がったところ、そこから匂いがする。
Alright, let's go. We cut through the night with the flashlight. It's Yoru. The time right before the other Yoru. Pulled by her little hand, we move ahead. We arrive. According to Toya, the presence of the lost child is somewhere around here. There is a bus stop we used to go to school. The place where I boarded the bus stop together with Tomohita this morning. Just as I thought, I think to myself, hey, do you know, she seems very pitiful. The conversation of those strangers cling onto ears, onto my heart, unable to leave. I can see the illumination of the streetlights making blinking sounds. I searched the vicinity with a flashlight.
あの子。
Toya points. Over there was a girl. A girl. Without a doubt, that thing was right there. There was one girl wearing pure white clothes, sitting on the bench at the bus stop, facing her back towards us. Quiet and silent, just alone. At the same time, I gulp. But I cannot stand here forever. If she is the lost child from this morning, then we had to take her to Asahi-san's place. We approached closer. As we do, her silhouette becomes clear, silent, expressionless. She was firmly holding onto a teddy bear. I wonder what nightmare has led her astray. I had to quickly take her back to Asai-san's place. If I don't, she will turn into a nightmare. If that happens, it would be the end. This time she will have truly thrown her life away. Suddenly, she brings her face up that was looking down. She was looking at the road engulfed by the darkness. The sound of an engine came from the darkness. One bus showed up, suddenly appearing from the darkness. The excessively loud engine noise was hard on my ears. The girl stands up. Why? It's her voice. It was a voice that could claw at my heart. I just wanted to meet them again. She jumps in front of the bus. The sound of the brakes pierces my ears. Her little body gets scattered all over. An impossible amount of blood splatters like rain, rippling. The everlasting darkness was extending like hands, sweeping across her scattered body. The bus goes away just like that. I look back to the bench at the bus stop. The girl who was supposed to be scattered all over was sitting there. The sound of the engine. It's the sound of the engine coming from beyond the darkness. The bus shows up from the darkness. She stands up and gets hit by the bus, gets scattered all over, and it rains blood. Repeats. It repeats. And repeats. She has to keep dying for eternity. This is the nightmare she is seeing right now. Why is she seeing such a dream? Imagining that was too difficult even for us. But that is why. Toya, there's only one thing that I can do, which I am supposed to do. She turns red and starts fidgeting.
タイガー、あれ、しないとダメ？とっても恥ずかしいんだけど。
Yeah, I'm sorry. But remember, I have to rely on you. I'm just a human after all. I can't do anything if I don't take your strength.
嘘つき。
Toya pouts.
さっきはタイが、俺は強いぞって言ってたのに。
I certainly did. I guess I am a bit twisted myself. I have no excuse. The only thing I can do is show a better smile and wait for her next words. Maho and Kiseki. That are easy to understand. Do not exist anywhere in this world. She closes her eyes shut. She nods obediently with her eyes closed. Her little cheeks were dyed red.
もう
She raised her voice, trying to forget it all. Following her, I kneel down. Her lips touched my forehead. It was a soft feeling that lasted for just a second. She covers her flushed face with her hands.
もうやだよ。絶対今日も恥ずかしくって眠れない。いつもこんなんなんだもん。
Stamping her feet, she was overwhelmed. She's somewhat cute. I grinned. Alright, the preparations are done. Although I can't really assure that. From here, it's the hour of the Mahotsukai. I mutter, and then I close my eyes, concentrating to my left hand. Let's bring out my heart. The magic, the Maho. Our Maho is the never-ending imagination. I say it like a spell. As I did, a lump of iron, a gun appeared in my palm. It's very heavy. It's a 6-chambered revolver with a large caliber. I know neither the name nor the history behind it. I'm not obsessed about those things. It's just that I cannot forget this thing, that's all. Opening the cylinder, I count the bullets. There's no problem. My imagination was complete enough. No, this was the limit for me who lacked imagination. Our Maho is the never ending, as well as the unparalleled imagination. This is inside a special night, the base of the Yoru no Maho, the place, the time that connects to the bed of dreams as the time where everything you imagine takes shape. This is certainly a small gap before that time, but I take aim. Looking at the small girl, I take aim, and then I gently close my eyes. Tasukete. I hear her voice. Onegai, tasukete. Yeah. Shiteru. This dream and this reality, neither are worlds that I wish for. It's fine. You're alright. That's because I'm going to save your heart wandering in this Yoru. Let's go home together. Putting my finger on the trigger. Why did you end up seeing such dreams? Let's have a talk about it and a tasty dinner together, I say, smiling. Then, you would definitely find something that used to be fun in your previous life. That's a terrible lie. The worst, even by my standards. With this, there's no way she can go back. That's why, with my hands at least, I must save you from this never-ending suffering. I put my strength into the finger on the trigger. The girl gallops, this time not at the bus, but at me. Jumps. The thing that looked like a girl turned into a nightmare. Painful, sad, and lonely. Unable to resist those emotions, it changed its shape into something unsightly. I will get torn apart by her, with those sharp claws of a raptor. I'll be bit off. The body will be eaten off and killed by the beast that she turned into. Painful, hot, and then cold. Those hopeless feelings will hit like an avalanche. I opened my eyes. With the ability to receive Rentoya, I could see a bit into the future. The present where the girl aims for me and jumps is in front of me. I'm sorry. Holding up the silver muzzle and then putting all my heart into the bullet. I pulled the trigger. I shot through the girl's regret, nightmare. I hum a song. The stars twinkle up in the sky. Many, many stars. I wonder what constellation that is. The stars twinkle. There's a few 100 million lights. There seems to be endless combinations. I point at the night sky as if drawing a line. In my childhood, I was saved by a mysterious girl. That's why I want to save her this time. And that is my wish. Negai. I wonder if she will be able to hear this melody again someday. I keep thinking these things.
Taiga.
Toya's face projects into my view, looking into my face as I was sprawling face down onto the ground.
Taiga. またボロボロだよ。
It hurts. Man, I screwed up.
やっちまいましたな。じゃないよ。も
She puffs her cheeks.
う無茶しないでって言ったのに。約束したのに。嘘は嫌い。大嫌いだよ。タイガ。もしも帰れなくなっちゃったらどうするの？
Never return. It meant the worst outcome. Directly. To die, that is. Being eaten by the nightmare, bearing its fangs. Getting captured into this town, into the Knight's kingdom. The sisters are very sensitive towards death, which is why I try to avoid using this word directly. Although I don't know if I do it consciously or unconsciously. Gomen ne, Toya. I broke the promise.
そうだよ。タイガはいけない男の子だよ。
Moreover, she ran away. This is the worst, but at least I stopped her from turning into a nightmare. She's still lost, wandering. We have to find her again. Toya squints. I return a smile. There. I stand up. I'll report to Asai-san, so you should keep quiet about this. It pains because of the flesh wound I took from her. The girl continued to die in a bad dream. The girl who couldn't get out of the Knight's Kingdom. No, she was merely left behind. Or rather, it was the shadow of an abandoned girl. Pulling my trigger against her, she finally stopped after 5 of my 6 bullets. However, as I tried to fire the last bullet, she turned her back to me and disappeared into the darkness.
お願い。無茶しないって約束。守ってよ。大河がもしもいなくなっちゃったら、妹はお姉ちゃんに怒られちゃうんだからね。
It makes me sad as well. She said such little words. Thank you. You are probably the only one who would continue to say that to me from here on. We hold hands. To return, we head back home. One by one. One by one. The number of lit houses increase. People start coming out of their entrances. Soon, the other Yoru is about to start. We cleared tonight's nightmares for now, so no one should be left astray and become lost. We hurry while feeling reassured. Then Toya said to me,
ねえ、タイガ。
What is it, Toya?
さっきも同じこと聞いたけど、どうしてタイガは千葉や日和にも一緒に頑張ろうってお願いしないの？
I look up at the night sky. It's full of stars. I was looking for a shooting star among the twinkling lights. They say that the shooting stars grant wishes. I had no idea who said that thing, but it's just how it is now. Nah, Toya.
何？
What do you think about boys who always get protected by strong girls? I don't really like them. Unable to do anything and merely cheering from behind. They're not cool. I had enough of them. Even if you exclude the times when it really, really cannot be helped. You know, boys try to prioritize being cool and act accordingly at least once in their life. Which is why I want to live a life where I don't feel like I'm uncool as much as possible.
何それ？
A boy protects the one he loves after all. I put up a bitter smile.
そうかな。
My bro trying to act cool right now. I too want to look cool. A man is forever a child. Man-child.
ふーん。
Hey, Toya. Am I an idiot?
お姉ちゃん言ってたよ。
Nani?
男の子はね、少しおバカなくらいの方が可愛いって。
Huh?
妹もそう思います。
I laugh. And then again, I look up at the night sky. I, Kanade Taiga, has someone I want to save. A person who I want to be happier than anyone else. With just one strong wish in my heart, I search for a shooting star. I search for the flickers of a star falling, beautifully from up in the night sky, that I look at again. At that time, there was the sound of a bell. I heard a bell resounding in the night. It's the school's clock tower. Clamorous, as well as gentle. This is a sign. The sun would get covered by the veil of night and fall asleep, and then the gentle moon would wake up as if to smile. It's the beginning of Maho. And it's down the other special Yoru. The glaring Knight's Kingdom has arrived. Shall we return?
帰ろうよ。
Holding our hands firmly, we hurry back home. Home. Let's return back home. It's Yoru in the town already. We need to make sure we don't get lost within all the sparkling magic popping and vanishing here and there. Our kind Lanechan, as well as her tasty dinner, is waiting for us. There's tasty pudding and cakey after dinner too. Hurry. Without looking back, we run. Waiting for us was tasty pudding, as well as Keiki. And one more thing.
お願いします。
Hmm? Those whispering words were waiting for our arrival at the bed of dreams.
どうか私の願いを叶えてください。
It was neither Asai-san's okairi, nor the cute purrs of hungry cats. A girl was standing. She was wearing our school's uniform. However, I don't know her. She was in the middle of conveying something to Asai-san.
お願いします。どうか私を。
She continues, without noticing us, who had just returned.
どうか私を10年前の私に魔法少女に戻してください。
Those words waver, ever so slightly. It was a voice somewhat tinged with pain, just enough to crush someone's heart. This story is an epilogue. We laugh, smile, and at times feel like being about to despair. A magnificent story overcome by the ends of everyone's strength. It's a story that the special girls ended 10 years ago. However, your life is made up of many stories. Even if one story ends, life continues beyond that, relentlessly. Maho, the sparkling scenery of the future, a hero of admiration. Maho Shoujo that saved the world. The story is long, very long. A story for your life.
少女の終わりはここから始まる。
Those words will continue to struggle forever, always trying to hold significance at the heart of our world. I'm actually surprised. I think I heard that song before. Anyway. Anyway, 10 years ago. Or perhaps in the far future. Together with her. Holding her little hand, we adventured many, many yorus. And then we reached this town, lined with sakura trees, where we got down a while ago.
どうしたの？やっぱり今日も眠れない？
I opened my eyes to the low voice of her, the little girl.
それとも寒い？
Her face was right up close. Just a bit. I nod. I couldn't sleep today either. It's somewhat cold as well.
そうなら温度を上げてもらおうか。
I look up to her, tilting her head. Her breath was white and cloudy. She puts the red muffler we bought at a station ago around our necks to warm us. The oil heater in the winter train was burning to warm the cool air. It's good like this. I get closer to her. We are on a simple bed, made by putting a blanket on the seat. The little me used the lap of the little her as a pillow, waiting forever until I fall asleep. I have my eyes closed, waiting for footsteps to gentle slumber. I can't sleep. Even though my heart and body is completely exhausted, I'll let out those feeble complaints. For some reason, I become anxious at night, and somehow worried. And I only think terrible things. Anxious about whether we can end this journey safely. Worried about fulfilling my objective. I was very, very scared, thinking whether I can really protect the secret Yoru. I realized that the depths of the dark Yoru, only resides deep inside my heart. I think that there would be no one when I wake up, and I would be left all alone. It feels scarier than anything else. That fear, appearing in various scenarios in my life, would indiscriminately dye it, and the night's colors I felt. I can't sleep. No matter what, no matter how much time passes, never. She suddenly raises her face. She was looking at the clock. At the door connecting the compartments, a round clock was placed right above it. She was looking at it, staring very hard, without any movement.
もう少し。
She whispered something. We will be at the next station soon. Getting off from there, we will finally be released. She probably whispered such words of relief. I don't like this. On sleepless nights, I keep having negative thoughts. I don't like myself doing that. I would only side within myself. We arrive. It's the next station. There's a blizzard outside. From the open door, many, many snowflakes fluttered in. After a few passengers moved in and out, the door closed. She, who was always with me, also alighted. Suddenly I left alone, all by my own. I had to accomplish the plan and my revenge all by myself. I imagined it all to myself. However, she was staring at the clock, still beside me. Although I'm feeling negative, she sticks by me, within the night's colors. To the likes of me spitting such words and feelings nonchalantly. The steam train blows its big, giant steam whistle. It then runs again.
もう少しだ。
Again, she says with a low voice.
もう少しで消灯時間。
Her whispers wouldn't go away. It certainly is about the lights out time. That's 10 p.m. Why does that matter?
電球を夜通し光らせるのは思いのほか体力を消耗するんだよ。だからいい？夜はおとなしく寝てなさい。読書灯も禁止だからね。
These were the words of the owner of the steam train, or perhaps the train itself, which is why it would happen every night. Just like how the sun sets, the moon illuminates the night sky. What was her intention of going out of her way to say that? There was no way for the young me to guess. Soon it will be 10 p.m. Until that moment. As the sound of the breaker falling, lights go out. At that moment, what expanded was a starry sky. My screenshot app. Come on, let's work. On the ceiling, walls, floor, even on the seats and windows, many green fluorescent lights glittered in points and lines. Just like that, special paint that would only shine when illuminated by UV light. The many connected lights were forming all kinds of shapes, just like constellations. A cat's face, someone's smile, a plane flying in the sky, tasty looking ice cream. Her favorite chocolate was also drawn there, but I couldn't call those drawings good even for flattery, connected by flabby and curly lines. Did you doodle a sky of stars? I unconsciously corrected my words.
落書き
She was a bit embarrassed, looking down with her cheeks slightly flushed. Let me correct myself. It's just like a planetarium.
プラネタリウム
She awkwardly repeats the word that she doesn't know. She still doesn't quite understand the words of the human world. She is always reading picture books and books with simple words, studying them, but she seems to be trying her best to talk to me. But even then, the words she speaks are shoddy. She tilts her head.
それって何
It's about a sky, just like this one.
誰かが描いた星の空
Yeah, a sky of stars that someone made. Wait. What about it? I asked, while looking up at the fluorescent starry sky that she must have drawn.
あのね
Huh?
君が眠れない君が少しだけでもいい笑ってくれる何かを探してただから
Fidgeting, mumbling. She was chewing on her words,
私
whispering.
私はおバカだからごめんね言いたいこと伝えたいこと上手に言葉にできないかもしれないでも聞いてほしいことがある
Looking up at the hand-drawn sky along with me, she said.
君たちの世界はたくさんの魔法でできている
Huh?
どうしても眠れない夜にでもきっと静かに眠れるようになる魔法を君に送りたいんだ
She said that it's Maho, that anyone can use. I can use it too?
君にでも
I too.
誰にでも
She nods, and then she smiled a little.
君たちは誰もが魔法使いになれる素敵な生き物だからそして私たちはいつでもこの世界の中にそんな小さな魔法を探して歩く生き物だから
So let's try using that Maho together, she said.
その魔法を使うには簡単な呪文が必要
Well,
そうだよ眠れないのは心の中で真っ暗な夜の色ばかりを見つめているから
it's because words darker than the night overflow inside me that I become anxious or worried. I keep thinking cruel things about my future that I haven't even seen.
だから呪文を唱えるの
To drive out the dark words from inside my heart.
嬉しかったことや楽しかったことを数えてみるんだよ。それがこの魔法を使うための呪文だよ。
I'm thinking about the long bygone days. She, who must have known that well enough, pulled out a small flashlight, and then she lit up one of her hand-drawn stars. The fluorescent stars happily colored the night sky on the low ceiling. She said softly,
今日ご飯をいっぱいお腹いっぱい食べられた。君と一緒に。
One, a star. He's shown it. It was a hand-drawn star that was within her reach.
立ち寄ったどこかの駅で甘くて美味しいチョコレートを見つけたよ。
Two, she's shown the star shaped like a constellation of a chocolate bar.
甘くて美味しいあのチョコレート、君が私に買ってくれた。すごく嬉しかった。
Three, she lit the stars that form a smile.
君と一緒に半分こで食べるとね、もっともっと嬉しくて美味しかったんだよ。
Four, she then lit stars of us holding hands and smiling.
チョコを売ってたお店の人にそろそろ冬が終わるよって教えてもらえた。冬の次は春だよね。目的の駅はそろそろ近いよ。
And then five, she shone on the stars of the train, running in the starry sky. She lit up the fluorescent stars and constellations in
も
order.
っともっと嬉しいことも楽しいこともあったかもしれないけど、十分だ。君と一緒の今日という日は素敵な日だった。キラキラがいっぱいだったよ。
She turns on the flashlight with a click.
眠れない夜は一緒に星を数えよう。
一緒に?
そう二人で。
You smile gently.
お布団の中で一つ二つ三つ四つ、まぶたを閉じて心の中で夜を見上げてキラキラ楽しいお星様を数えるの。
You say that it is a spell to cast a mahou.
そうすれば明日も今日と同じ数だけいいことがある。そんな未来を思い描けるようになるかもしれないよ。
I imagine. The future?
君が思い描ける未来は全部君の叶えられる未来なんだって絵本の中にね書いてあったから。それはとっても素敵だなって。この世界を作る素敵な魔法の一つなんだって私は思ったよ。ほら一緒に想像してみよう。君の明日に君の未来に思い描いた通りのキラキラの星様がたくさんたくさん降ってくるかもしれないよ。そんな素敵な未来が私には君が笑顔でいてくれるそんな未来がたくさん見えるよ。
It's okay. Knowing this, Maho, you will never, ever be unhappy. You will become happy even if you don't want to. That's why it's fine. It's completely fine.
大丈夫だよ。
大丈夫。
全部うまくいく。
That sense of relief is the best Maho to fall asleep quickly, she said. She was smiling just like the pure white girl.
だからね、私は私の未来も想像するよ。君が一人で眠れるようになるまで私が君を絶対に一人ぼっちになんてさせないよ。 そんな未来の自分を思い描いて私は眠るの。
You laugh in embarrassment.
ねえ、どうかな、こんな約束は君の魔法の呪文に、今日の日のキラキラにはなれないかな。
I look up the starry sky, up at the fluorescent sparkles, and then another. I found another one full of failures, full of disappointment, with nothing moving ahead. By the end of this hopeless day, I'll find another twinkling star. You will be beside me forever, from here on as well. With that promise, I find another one. There. I found a star here too. I pointed at her face. Your nose. It's shining, just like a reindeer. There was a fluorescent paint in her tiny nose. It was probably dirtied when she was drawing stars all over the place. She turns red in an instant. Flustered, she rubs it with her sleeves. As she does, the paint spreads onto her cheeks, turning into a terrible mess. She was dumbfounded and hardened. Seeing the color spread to her hands, she left her mouth open. Her face shined faintly. Oh, that's her. She was dejected. Even though I finally said something great, this doesn't look good. I could almost hear that, seeing her face. I burst into laughter. You turn away in a huff, puffing your cheeks a little, narrowing your eyes, looking at your face from the side. For some reason, it makes me feel as if today wasn't that bad of a day. After all, yep, just as you said, the chocolate that I ate together with you was very, very delicious. I close my eyes. I try to imagine that we could end this journey safely. I imagine that I could complete my objective without problems. I assure myself that I'll be able to protect this secret till the end. I believe I was relieved just by imagining the tomorrow you want. It's a wonderful thing. Thinking that tomorrow would be a great day, I felt like it would all go well in the same way. I don't care if it was all an illusion. The future, after all, unexpected. No, as expected. Cruel and bitter. Many sad and unforgivable moments will occur without hesitation. The lonely times might rain down like meteor showers. But still, at least today, I might be able to sleep a bit early this night, I feel. She quietly turns towards me. I wipe the paint on her face with the hem of my shirt. And then, oh no, the faint light started spreading even more. I burst out. She glares, narrowing her eyes. Gomen, I apologize. But I could stop neither that mess nor my laughter.
もう知らないよ。
She drops her shoulders and sighs. However, her lips form a rude smile as if to say, Mattak. I wonder how I can clean it.
ゴシゴシしないで、痛いから。
How did you draw so many stars?
君が眠ってる短い間に少しずつ
I see.
頑張った。
Yeah.
頑張ったよ。
Hi. ありがとう。本当に。While we were talking about those things,
おいこら、誰だこんないたずら書きしたガキどもは。
an angry voice interrupts. We cover ourselves under the blanket in the panic.
なんだかお腹のあたりがもしょもしょするなって思ったら、まったくもうひどすぎる。ねえ、ちょっとこれ誰が消すの？
I hear grumbling. We were desperately trying to hold our laughter at the distance where we could feel each other's breaths. And another one. At the end of this day, I discovered many sparkling memories. I thought that was enough. Today's day with you was sparkling. It was a wonderful day.
君が一人で眠れるようになるまで、私が君を絶対に一人ぼっちになんてさせないよ。
However, her promise and her assurance did not come true in the end. Man, I hate when that happens. Rocking the bus, we go to school. Next to me is Tomohito, holding onto the strap listlessly, putting in all my weight. I'll let off a big yawn. So yesterday, you returned home from there without getting lost? I would ask.
そりゃあまあ。でも、ひよちゃんのお腹すいた攻撃が大変だったんだぞ。危うくかじりつかれるところだった。
He would reply. It's that time in the morning when we ramble instead of greeting each other. He gives me an ame today as well. I took it without restraint, but it had a strange taste. What flavor is it? Yes. Is there something if I get it right? I'll give you a hug. And then he smiles. I had it up. He's disgusting. I take a glance at Tomohito standing next to me. I couldn't help but think about last night. Although he didn't realize what I was thinking inside. Tomohito sighs very, very loudly. What happened? That's a terrible sigh. Happiness will run away, I say casually.
学校って何のためにあるのかな、タイガー。
I have no idea. Well, yeah, probably so that the adults don't get jealous.
なんだそれ。
Although they are working, dripping with sweat, try to imagine guys leisurely playing games, chattering, and sleeping lazily at the same time.
おい、まさか。自分たちが働いてるのに俺たちが遊んでると悔しいからか？
Maybe. I'm not. That's why, as their revenge, they keep making us do pointlessly difficult studies that may not even be useful later on.
歪んでやがる。
And then, if you slack, then they enrage in flames. Behind their words of, I don't know what happens to your future, lies, I want to play too, it's unfair. That's what I think, as someone having no charm.
なるほどなるほど。施設でもらい手がなかったのも納得だな。
でしょ? I returned a proud face to his teasing. And then, well, it's probably to learn working together.
急に無難な話になったな。
They say that society is like a wheel, right? At times, everyone's heart is like that. There's many things in this world that you cannot do alone.
そうか。音楽は一人でもできるんだよ。
That's why I want to go back home, he says. And they also say it's to increase their choices in the future.
なぜその選択肢に今日はもう疲れたから帰るというものは認めてもらえていないのかな。
To go back. I really want to go home, he grumbles. If you hate it that much, then why just not go? It's not as if anyone would be troubled with you not being here.
いや、そんなわけにもいかないな。
なぜ?
俺は幸せを回収しに学校に行ってるんだよ。
Okay, bro. Why are you saying something so ambiguous or pride?
意味はある。いつだってどこにだってある。いいか？ため息をついたら幸せが逃げていくんだろ？そいつらは一体どこへ行くんだ？
さあな。
昨日帰りたいとついたため息と一緒に校舎の中に落っことしたまま閉じ込められてしまっているかもしれない俺の幸せだよ。あいつらのことを俺以外の一体誰が助け出してやれるって言うんだよ。
Not the only one who can do that. He convinces himself. And then again, he starts grumbling beside me, lazily. I bite into the ane and bring it. Something bubbly comes out of the inside. It makes my mouth mushy right in the morning. Lemon-flavored cider.
外れだ。でも抱きしめてはやろう。
don't need one. Don't do it. At the next bus stop, Chiwa boards.
や
Yosu. We both raise our hand and greet. I was expecting the same harsh attitude from yesterday. I was prepared for it, but... she raises her hand and lets out a small voice. And then she quickly stands in front of me. What is it?
先輩、制服のボタン一つかけ違ってますよ。
Hmm? Really?
はい、ちぐはぐな感じです。今朝は急いでたんですか？
Well... About the button on my uniform. I think about today's morning. Before leaving the bed of dreams, as I was sleepy, Toya said that she will help me change. Yawning, I say sure, and let her help. Toya. She was satisfied.
できた！私、すっごい！
She said. So I followed with thank you and patted her head without checking. As I do, she...
お礼はあの店の美味しいプリンでいいんだよ。
She said with pride. And so that smile made me content as well. And then I left just like that.
ああ言われてみれば確かにちょっとだらしない感じだな。
He stares at my collar. Then he says, should I fix it for you? As if it's nothing.
ダメです。
She quickly puts her hand on my collar.
そんなことしてるから夜月先輩に疑われるんですよ。先輩たちはちょっと自覚が足りないと思います。
疑われる
Of what? He tilts his head.
それはその
He pouts and mumbles.
とにかくそういうことですから私が直します。
Sure, Chiwa. I know what you're doing. Saying that, she unbuttons my shirt, while fighting with the height difference around my neck.
こうなって
She fixes it with her utmost efforts.
そういえば
Tomohito suddenly says,
改めて聞くのもどうかなって感じだが今日はあそこから投稿したのか
Yes, I came from there. I bent my knees, stooping, using the button as an excuse to get Chiwa to fix my general appearance as well, and not Tomohito's question. Just as you said, I came from that place today, from the bed of dreams. It will probably be that way for a while.
そっか
Yeah, that's how it'll be.
なあタイガ
Hmm? What is it? I turned towards him.
もう動かないでくださいよ先輩。
While listening to Chiwa complaining, I asked. Something happened? I asked Tomohito while stooped.
いやあの二人は朝日さんと東野は元気なのかなってそう思ってさ
Yeah, they're lively just as usual. I quickly talked to him about yesterday. The sleepyhead Toya was acting spoiled towards One-chan. She was acting all embarrassed after being seen by me, and then we enjoyed the keiki together. We all ate yesterday's keiki together. Again, thank you all. It was very tasty. I put the collection of nightmares in the night aside. And then I talked about one more thing, about the new guests.
そっか懐かしいな
Tomohito smiles and says,
もう俺たちはあそこには出入りできなくなっちゃったからなそれに記憶ももう曖昧だ
Tomohito,
少
Chiwa,
し寂しい
Tomohito, Chiwa, as well as Hiyori. They cannot enter the bed of dreams anymore. They lost their kagi. That's why they cannot freely enter that place anymore. No, rather than lost, saying that they disappear would be better. It is the proof that their hearts are growing from that of children to adults. You had to naturally move from that place when you become an adult. I'm more of a child than you, Chiwa and Hyo-chan. I'm mentally a baby. That's why I can still enter. My memories of the past are probably more vivid than yours. I say that as a joke. However, even for me, I can't tell when I can lose my kagi. From a child towards an adult. There's no definite evaluation standard for this. The growth of a human's heart is naturally different for everyone. Asai-san, Toya, and maybe Kuro as well. I don't know when I won't be able to meet them anymore. Tomohito hummed quietly. When I was young, there was a kami-sama, a song that I've heard somewhere. Being able to feel cute, little maho around yourself, and hearing the stories of a giant fuzzy monsters living in the neighboring forest. Both are things that people can only experience in their childhood. As you grow towards an adult, you experience less of them. The day you become an adult, you will forget them completely. Mysterious stories are always made in that way.
人生とは忘れることだ。辛いことも悲しいこともすべて忘れて眠ってしまおう。
Flutter, flutter, gently. Her words flutter like a petal. Ah. The world sighs gently. Before I turn into an adult, before I forget everything, will I be able to save the people dear to me, the ones more important to me than anyone else? Slowly, a small yoru creeped into my heart.
お、タイガ、見てみろ。
I returned to myself hearing his voice. Nani, what happened? I put myself on guard. Some incident?
ああ、とんでもない大事件だぞ。
What is it? What happened?
ほら、あそこだ、あそこ。
He points outside the window. Due to his cheerful voice that continued, the small night yoru in my heart was gone.
見ろよ、タイガ。かわいい子、発見。
Ah? Doko? Yeah. With my collar getting tight, I groaned.
完璧ですね。
She was satisfied. They were experienced movements.
ダメですよ先輩。身だしなみはちゃんとしなくちゃ。
She points her finger.
とわ先輩もです。
え？
可愛い女の子ってそんな節操ない感じじゃ女の子に嫌われますよ。知ってますか？いろいろだらしのない男の子はポイント低いんですから。
むむ、そうなのか。そいつは大変だな。女の子に嫌われる人生なんて生きる意味がまるでない。
While saying that, he had a not very troubled smile. The bus we boarded heads towards the school. Sakura flowers, like powdered snow, like light rain. The townscape looks vibrant and lively with pink scenery that touches and runs across the window. And my two Osananajimi talk with humble smiles beside me. Looking at these things, I am thinking.
私を魔法少女に戻してください。
Mao Shoujo. Yesterday, about the words that greeted me and Toya after returning from the Knight's Kingdom. About my other Osana Najimi, she who had returned. And about the many wishes she brought with her. I closed my eyes, and then loosened my cheeks a little. I tried to remember what happened last night. Is it thrill or excitement in my heart? Right now, it is filled with something unknown, making my heart throb. Yesterday.
お願いします。どうか私を魔法少女に戻してください。
Those words greeted us after returning from the Knight's Kingdom.
もう一度だけ私に魔法を使わせてください。
The unknown girl said that as if to pray. And then I could not move. Opening the shop's door, at the time I opened my mouth a little to say, Tadaima. The girl turned to me in surprise. She shows surprise on her face. A small silence follows, blinking her eyes.
もしかして
And
間違ってたらごめんなさい。
then, timidly as if trying to search for words, she continued.
あなたはタイガくん？
She tilted her head, and then she said my name once again.
もしかして奏タイガくんな
I was startled. What does she know, my? Yeah. Mate. Honestly speaking, I really thought, no way. Mahou Shoujo. Other than Chiwa and Hiyori, I only know two more who had that title.
ねえ大河君、あの子にばっかり優しくして私なんだかちょっと寂しいよ。
Man, our guy was strong when he was a kid, man. Again, I felt no way. If she is the girl inside my memories, then that face, that figure, that aura, all are like that of a different person. As much as I think about that time, I'm too surprised by the impression of her appearance. And no matter how surprised I become, I'm getting confused by the unacceptable truth. Only one of the two have a chance meeting me again like this. That's why she is probably.
ねえどうしたのタイガ。
I hear an impatient voice from behind.
そんなところで立ち止まってちゃ入れないよ。
Suddenly, trying to fit in from under my right arm, she sticks out her face. And then after seeing the girl, she was puzzled. That too was for a moment. Seeing the girl, she immediately raised a loud voice.
すごいハルちゃんだ。
The supposedly shy girl had her eyes sparkling, and then she ran towards the girl. The girl named Haru tilts her head
どうや。
and smiles right away. She helped Toya, who jumped at her feet.
ねえねえ本当本当にハルちゃんなの。どうしたの。いつ帰ってきたの。
She clinging at her feet like a kitten. It's unusual. The very representative of shyness, Toya. A live example of the word itself, clinging onto her without hesitation.
今日帰ってきたのついさっきだよ。
The girl says with embarrassment, but then her expression suddenly turned into something mysterious.
ちょっと事情があって昔住んでた施設に戻らなきゃならなくなったの。引っ越しの作業とか施設に入り直すための手続きだとかそういうのを全部終わらしたらここに来なきゃって思って。
The girl who said that was holding one kagi.
なんだかすごく懐かしくなって昔みたいにここの夢の寝床の扉に鍵を差し込んでみたんだけど私まだまだここにやってこれるみたいだね。驚いちゃった。
She smiled with mixed feelings. While tightly holding onto the kagi she kept until today without losing it.
そうだな。私もびっくりしたよ。
Asai-san says. In the same way she welcomed me, sitting at the table reading a book. However, her expression was of bewilderment. I can imagine she was having some complicated conversation with a girl until now. And then those words. Please turn me back into a Mahou Shoujo. And the feeling that she showed to me when I returned. It was discomfort. It was like Narrated. The mood was not harmonious enough to enjoy a conversation. I can imagine that much. By patting Toya's head at her feet, the girl named Haru, looked at me while doing so. She makes an embarrassed, awkward face.
ただいま大河くん久しぶりだね。千葉ちゃんやひよりちゃんたちは元気。
She tilted her head. Yeah. I nodded in slight confusion. Everyone's doing great, as always. They will all be happy to hear about this, I believe. She had changed considerably. I felt a considerable amount of evasiveness from her through all on my own. However, only the smile she had back then has never changed. That's why I feel relaxed. That's why I can't help but remember about the long past. Reuniting with my Osana Jimmy after 10 years. Just like Ando Chiwa and Yorotsuki Hiyori, Hiragi Haru was also a special girl. About 10 years ago, The girls called Maho Shoujo saved the world in secret. There was a war in the midnight of this world that no one knew. Just for Mao Shoujo. Putting their strength together, defeating the evilest worst nightmare. The biggest one ever, devouring the hearts of the people in the Knight's Kingdom. Where's the fourth one? Anyway, in the end, the girls held victory in their hands. The girls forced to be involved in the story to prevent the destruction of mankind, concluded with a happy end as a fact. Their war ends there. They would return to their normal lives, or so they were supposed to. The result? It was unreasonable, but it was hopelessly cruel, but the future of humanity was saved. However, the future of the girls could not be saved.
どうしよう。こんなはずじゃなかったのに。
The girls were initially born in scattered places and lived their own
どう
lives.
していっぱい頑張ったんだよ。
The girls could not fulfill their wishes.
誰か教えて。私は本当に世界を救えたの？
The girls were in their days where they were only pessimistic about their situations and conditions. Ambiguous uneasiness would spread. They were just days of being in a daze. A gloomy night, Yoru would creep into their hearts. The one who stood at the center of the girls was her.
ねえ、なんだかおかしいよ。みんな揃って不幸になる練習ばかりしてるみたいだよ。
It's that thing from Miguka. When, Anyway. He said, smiling.
さあ、宝探しを始めよう。楽しいことを探しに行こうよ。
Thinking about it now, those words probably changed our world back then.
みんな、これからもずっと泣いてばかりで暮らしていくの？やだな。私はそんなの絶対嫌だよ。きっと私たちの楽しいことは今はちょっと迷子になってるだけなんだよ。世界のどこかに隠れちゃったんだよ。だったらこっちから迎えに行ってあげなくちゃ。
With those words as catalyst, from the day she stood at our center, the days passed by rapidly. Our childhood days with her were an adventure every day. Doing pranks, the trouble, scary adults for no reason. We tried breaking this cute little thing called the curfew at the facility together. Those trivial games were fun, exactly because they were insignificant. They were probably the treasures we discovered in our childhood days. The dark and gloomy world changed its color to fun in an instant. Until she left this town, that is. Her reason for leaving was very realistic but simple. Anyhow, she let the town alone. Those were the events of about 10 years ago. The connections, the words, the smile that she gave, even though we don't say them out loud, they continue to exist within us, never disappearing. Think that those deliberate words, these embarrassing lines, saying them out of character, her existence had a special meaning for us. That girl, the ex-Maho Shoujo, was no longer supposed to be a special existence in this world anymore. However, the one who continued to be special for us is...
お願いします、朝日さん。私にもう一度だけ魔法を使わせてください。
is in front of me like this, right now.
さて、今夜はシチューだ。たくさん作ったから、いっぱい食べてくれたら嬉しいな。
You know, there's a very particular way Asahi speaks. You know, that's it's not bothering me. It's something interest. There's an interesting way she speaks. Anyway, Asahi-san came from the kitchen while removing her apron. Fresh karage, fresh yasai cut up and put into a colorful bright salad, and lined up with Asahi's homemade cheese. The table was lively.
味の方も上手にできたと思うんだ。口に合えばいいけれど。
Yeah, there's a certain thing with how Asai speaks, man. I don't know how to describe it. It's just too noticeable. Asai-san said that, sitting opposite to me.
それじゃ、いただこうか。
いただきます。
We pressed our hands together, rub-a-dub-a-dub-dub, having complicated conversations while eating. That's how it went for now. Having food with Haru included. Kura is not here. She is holed up in the room that Asai-san prepared upstairs, it seems. Even though I call her out, she doesn't respond. I had to end up carrying her food to her room later. Apparently, Asai-san already prepared in advance, assuming that Kuro and I are going to live here. The room upstairs, huh? I casually looked up at the ceiling. There's no way that our clamorous voices of having food won't reach her. Is she not feeling lonely by herself? I was slightly worried.
すごい美味しそう。
Haru was smiling, seeming nostalgic.
誰かの手料理食べるのも久しぶりだから。なんだかとても嬉しいです。
昔はここに集まってくる子たちみんなでご飯を食べたよな。ジワに教えてもらったもんじゃ焼きの味は未だに忘れられないくらいだ。
Asai-san said so cleanly.
最近はタイガもあまり頻繁にはここへ来てくれていなかったから、ご飯も作りがいがなくて困ってたんだ。
She gives me a malicious gaze. Speechless, I could only return a bitter smile.
だから春、またこうして会えてとても嬉しい。また昔みたいにここへ遊びに来てくれたらと思う。トヤも喜ぶし。
She returned a smile. There is no uneasiness in that smile. Nowhere. It looks like that trip, though. I think about her secret that only I know, and then I think about her in my old memories.
ねえ、大河くん。今日の私はちゃんとできてた？
Seen by no one. Not known by anyone. Is her secret that I protected? Behind the smile of her standing in the middle of everyone, she was dealing with her own problem. Although this might be an exaggerated way to say it. However, the younger her told her secret only to me. Does the secret still remain with Hiragi Haru as it is?
なあ春、
Asai-san
こ
asked.
ちらへは帰ってきたばかりだというようなことを言っていたけれど、何か特別な理由でもあったのかな。
はい。
She nods and answers, word by word.
特別な事情というか、ただちょっと私を引き取ってくれた新しいお父さんとお母さん二人のお家を出ることになったので、ここに戻ってくることにしました。
The vague answer doesn't really sit right with me. Without saying anything, Asai-san puts her mouth to the cup filled with cold tea. Her face looked like she was contemplating whether she should press Haru further for her circumstances. 10 years ago, after ending our battle with the Night King. Even though we didn't have any tasks, we would gather here in the bed of trees and kill time. At night, we used to live at the facility at top of the mountain. Hiragi Haru left this town because she was taken in, with her hands pulled by kind people who would love her. And then her newly arranged life made it so that she could be in this town anymore. Unwillingly, that's right. More than enough, unwillingly. Hiragi Haru left us and this town behind. We should definitely meet again someday. I believe that such a time will come. Exchanging a few usual promises.
そうか。ならまたあの山の上の施設で春は暮らすことになるのかな。
Asai-san decided to end the talk about Haru's circumstances just with a I see. The reason for leaving her new parents. She tried not to ask these doubts that one would naturally have. Asai-san was always an adult for us to learn from. Even though she has a childish side, I end up liking that side. Haru replied with, "That's how it will be," to Asai-san's question, or rather fact check.
施設には今日の夕方付けで引っ越すつもりでいました。
I see. I, who left the place today, and then Haru, who returned there today. We passed by each other splendidly.
何にせよ、また少しは賑やかになるのならそれはいいことだよな。これから改めてよろしく、柊春。君さえ良ければ歓迎するよ。
Welcome to our daily lives. Asai-san smiled and said,
君も大河と一緒にここに住むというわけにはいかないのかな。
I guess this is a magical house. They have a lot of rooms or something. Magic rooms. I don't know, man. Oh. She becomes puzzled.
大河くんと一緒に？
ああ、もう施設に手続きを済ませてしまっているのならなかなかすぐにはそうできないだろうけど、でも春、君がその気になったならいつでも。
ちょっと待って、お姉ちゃん。
And there Toya interrupted. She put down her fork, slightly flustered.
大河、今日から住むの？
Wait, Toya didn't know? Toya didn't know? Toya quietly looks up at me.
そうだよ。お姉ちゃんと大河との約束だったんだよ。そしてお姉ちゃんの夢でもあった。
Yeah, there's something about the way Asai speaks, man. Huh? You may say. I get astonished hearing her unexpected words.
ああ、だってこれはずっと考えていたことなんだ。後悔していたんだ、本当は。大河、春、君たちを施設になんて、身寄りのない子が住むための場所にだなんて、しかもこんなにも長く住まわせていたくなかったんだよ。
10 years ago, the time right after the girls ended the war. Together with the girls who ended their duties inside the grand story to save the future of humanity, I, who couldn't be of any help, had nowhere to go. Rather, I lost my correct procedural flow in society. Haru and I had no relatives who were led by ordinary adults, who didn't particularly help out kindly to the facility at the top of the mountain. We thought that was good. Rather, we believed that was great. We needed time to be alone. A quiet moment, as quiet as possible, to think about our future. Consequently, it is possible to misunderstand that we voluntarily went into the facility. However, Asai-san said that she regrets that.
一人ぼっちでいると決めてしまった人間の心にはいつだって深く冷たい闇色が忍び寄る。それを知らない私ではないはずだと、そんな想像の足りない私でいてはいけないはずだったのに。
Why couldn't I stop Taiga and Haru back then? Why couldn't I make you stay, even if it was a bit forcibly? And even when you become lonely, why couldn't I pull your hand back?
それをきっと私は後悔してる。今でもずっとだ。そして今、ようやく私の夢が叶う。
Asai-san smiles incidentally.
まあ、ここで一緒に暮らしたからといって嫌なことが何もなくなるとは言えないし、その保証なんてもちろんできやしないけど、でも春、もしも可能なら今度こそ春も大河と一緒にここで。ちょっと
待ってってば、お姉ちゃん。
Toya was flustered. She hasn't grasped the situation yet, it seems.
ねえ、お話整理していい？
ああ、そうだな、ごめん。お夕飯の席なのについ長話になっちゃった。話が長いのはお姉ちゃんの悪い癖だな。
つまりそれってこれからずっと大河 お家に住むの？
By the way, before I continue, one thing I gotta comment about the dialogue of this VN is they do a lot of. I think I said this already in the previous upload. They do a lot of repetition for stuff we already know. It's like we know it's there, right? And then I think about it. About that one time, we know it's there, but it's true, and we truly are aware that it's there. It's like that, you know. I don't know why. Anyway.
お姉ちゃんはそうしてほしいと願ってる。ずっとじゃなくて可能な限りね。あとは大河次第かな。ほら、直接聞いてみようか。
Toya turns towards me. Asai-san does the same.
本気？
She tilts her head slightly.
タイがここに住んじゃうの？
Oh man,
今日から一緒？
this question just felt like the example I just gave. Lina, how many times she just tried to confirm it? Well, それは I think. What should I do? How should I answer? I can't unsee my own example just now. It's too late to think about it. It might feel forced after all. That's why I decided to say it directly. Yup, I'm thinking to do that. Just like Asai-san said, because that's what we promise. You know what? I can't tell if it's the original prose. That's, you know, they translated this as it trying to maintain almost close to literal translation, or the prose is really like that. Because I think translating this work, you need to deal with that problem if the original work was like that. I don't know, man. Toya agrees that is.
そうなんだ。
Toya was being nervous. Her face was red. Even the tip of her nose was dyed red. However, she continued eating like that. Little by little, she takes the fork to her mouth with well manners. That's unexpected. I'm surprised. Honestly speaking, I thought she would hate it and say I will never agree to that. Rather, I thought she would get angry with Asai-san, saying, "You didn't think about my feelings, Onea-chan." She gurgles. Toya silently smiled, with the fork in her hand happily. Her feelings jumped out as well. Now, Toya.
何？
She becomes anxious. She turns away in a huff.
違うよ。別にタイガがここに住むからって嬉しいとか楽しそうかもとかそんなこと思ってなんか。
Oh, she's practicing her soon, okay. It's not that.
じゃあ何？
They're out. She becomes puzzled.
何が？
Your ears, they're out. Holding her head, she looks down. Saying nothing, she stayed like that for a while.
だった？
Making her face red again, she was quietly looking up at me.
まだ私お姉ちゃんみたいに上手にできないの。だから外ではあんまり驚いたりしないようにって頑張ってるけど。
Saying that awkwardly, she again asked, "Was it weird?" No, it's fine.
本当？
Yeah, it's not weird. Rather, it was cute, right? I asked Haru for approval.
うんもちろんだよ。
She nods many times, and then says,
どうやかわいい。とてもとっても。はるちゃんありがとう。
embarrassed. She is fidgeting. She is patting her own head with her hands. She puts down her hands. Her cat ears were no longer there. Asai-san and Toya. They're living a life mixed with human society. Putting it in a Japanese way, they are bakeneko. The cats that disappear from town take the shapes of humans with the power of the Knight's Kingdom and live peacefully in the night. Is it fine if I ask again, Toya? Is it fine if I live here just for a while? Okay. Do you know how many times this question was asked to Toya. Without saying anything, she nodded firmly. It's fine. Her expression was enough to make me hear those words. Thank you. I was actually thinking that Toya would be rather uncomfortable. I was worried. I'm glad you agreed.
だって
Pouting, she said,
友達いないから。
Tomodachi?
タイが意地悪だけど、時々ちょっと気持ち悪いけど、
Huh?
でもね、タイがいっぱい遊んでくれるし。
Staring at me. She giggled. Yeah. In the end, Kekyaku, she is kawaii. Although being called disgusting was a slight. No, a considerable shock.
春も考えておいてほしい。気が向いたらいつでも歓迎したいから。
はい、ありがとうございます。考えておきます。
We end our dinner. We clean up together. Toya, Haru, Asai-san, and I, the four of us lined up in the small kitchen. We washed the dishes with soap, wiped them with a dishcloth, and put them in the shelf. We did those tasks while laughing about the lack of space. After cleaning up, the four of us ate my keiki and Toya's pudding together. It was tasty. It was oishi, as well fun. It's just as if we four are a family. I end up thinking embarrassing things. However, the atmosphere questioning Haru's wish. Let me use Maho just once more. Please turn me back until Maho Shoujo was completely gone. I'm probably the only one wondering what happened. Although not being irritated by the vague feeling, I definitely did get impatient. The sun goes to sleep. At the time when the full moon smiles, another night appears on the other side of this town, the Night's Kingdom. 10 years ago, June and Mai, this was the battlefield of the girls, the bright light they protected. What happened to take out Haru in that special night? We happened to take out Haru in that special yoru for a small walk. We once spent many days here, reminiscing about those memories. Haru, Toya, and I, the three of us walked the yoru. As the night advances, the Night's Kingdom changes its shape. However, the scary things are mostly gone. I cleaned as much as I could with Toya. It is no longer like the time when we were collecting the fragments of nightmares. First of all, the atmosphere was bright. The town is covered by a soft light, not just of the moon, but also the warm, faint light of the town itself. The flashlight is not needed anymore. The helplessness of being scared of the dark night was also not needed. Different from the quiet time a while ago, it is now noisy, dazzling, crowded. Many shops are opening up their doors. Those lights leak out onto the main street, illuminating the yoru. All kinds of customers were going around, looking into the shops, walking here and there. They are Neko. The shopkeepers calling in customers were not humans. They were Neko walking in two legs. They would speak human language with energy, attiring themselves with refined Western clothes and even Japanese clothes. With a slight malicious smile, what they sell are fragments of dreams. This place, the Night's Kingdom, is the place for the people of the town to dream. It is the stage for it. The customers passing through the main street are window shopping for dreams to watch tonight, going shop to shop. The customers can watch the dreams symbolized by the goods they buy from the shops. If you buy a candy at a candy store, you will dream about eating many sweet candy. If you process the memories of the person you love at the photo studio, you will dream about being treated kindly only by them. If you buy a golden pocket watch at the watch dealer, you can have a magnificent dream about having control over the entire world. The customers at the hearts of the people sleeping in Sanzen, each with their eyes closed in their respective beds at some time inside their dreams. Their heart connects to the special night, the Night's Kingdom. The people waking up in the yoru search for dreams to watch for the night, wandering inside the vivid yoru. I captured the fragments of nightmares with Toya before people woke up in the night like this. Thanks for reminding us what you guys did a while ago for the end time. It is so that the fragments of nightmares devoid of a host don't slide into the hearts of the vulnerable people. It is so that they don't suffer from painful, sad, and very lonesome, terrible dreams. Also, sleeping is the same as living in the world of the dead. The duty of the night is not only to be the stage for dreaming.
ねえタイガ
Toya lightly pulled my hand that we held so as to not get lost. What is it, Toya? I answered while trying not to lose sight of Haru.
タイガあのね今日から一緒なんだよね
Yep, we are. よろしくお願いします。
そっかじゃああのね
Yes? Hi?
寝る前にトランプしようね今日だけじゃないよ毎日だよ
Tarampo?
そうお姉ちゃんは弱すぎるからつまんないんだもん
Well, yeah. Asai-san is bad at playing cards. It's quite unexpected, though.
お姉ちゃんね私だって練習してるんだぞトウヤの遊び相手になれるようにそれに負けるのだって嫌だからなって言うけどいつまでたっても弱いままなんだよ
Really? I see.
トランプでマジックばっかり練習しててトランプゲームの方はルールもあまり覚える気がないんだよお姉ちゃんは
Toya was pouting with a discontent face. I had a real smile. While talking to Toya, I keep seeing the unknown sides of Asai-san and keep feeling something like guilt. Yeah, I get it. That's fine. We'll play a lot. I'm ready for it every night. I answered while smiling. She was smiling happily, but you know, Toya, I'm good at this. Asai-san might be losing on purpose to make it fun for you. She is an adult after all. But Toya, as someone who lacks maturity, what should I do?
時々勝たせてくれなきゃ嫌なんだよ
She looks up at me nervously. She puts just a bit of energy in her held hand. Well, yeah, I'll think about it. And then I ask if it's fine to only play cards before sleeping. Don't you have anything else you want to do together?
あとはテレビも一緒に見るんだよ
TV, huh? Telebi, huh?
でもご飯食べるときはダメなのお姉ちゃんが怒るから
I get it. I'll remember that.
あとお風呂も毎日一緒がいいのかも
Yeah, if you're fine with it. She smiles again. Smiles at me. And then lightly covers her head with her hands to not let out her cat ears. I'm glad. I feel relieved again. Even more so as someone prepared to be rejected by full force. After walking for a while, I suddenly realized, Haru, she was only talking to Toya. Although I did notice her walking next to me silently, I didn't really want to make excuses, but finding the right words, I turned around.
まだ転校する日は先だけどこの制服可愛くてつい着てきちゃった
Oh, this is a very pretty CG. Saying that a while back, she was smiling, but she was staring at the most brilliant time of the night, Yoru. At the road bustling with people, quietly, slowly. She is walking next to me. She squints her dazzling eyes. A slightly mysterious scene of Yoru reflected from her shaking eyes. Her cheeks look a bit flushed. I gulped down my words. Osana Najimi. A reunion after about 10 years. Her considerable height compared to the past seemed as proof for the passage of time that we know nothing about. And then,
お願いします私にもう一度魔法を使わせてください
I couldn't help but become curious about the words she brought with her. The reason behind them. How many times did he think about this?
タイガ今こそ君の出番だ
Asai-san gently whispered that to me before we left the bed of dreams with Haru.
ここからは君の仕事だぞ。よくよく考え、慎重に力を使えよ。
Asai-san smiled sweetly. On the other side, I was squinting my eyes. Demanda.
おいおい、何をポカンとしてるんだよ。とぼけたこと言っちゃってるんだよ。奏大河、この町で唯一の魔法少女使いの男の子。自分の役割を忘れちゃったとは言わせないぞ。まさか本当に忘れちゃったわけじゃないよな。誕生日プレゼントだ。私から君へ送った力、その役割だよ。今こそそれを使うとき、そういう話をしているんだけどな。
Bro, this feels like the way she said this whole line, it felt like it was like to recall, oh yeah, we had that scene earlier where I kept explaining to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? After saying that, she was looking at Haru's back.
彼女の物語に、その人生の課題に、最後の魔法が本当に必要であるのか否か、それを君が私の代わりに判断してほしいんだよ。
Bro, there's no way for me to read this the text below. It's fucking over, man. Whatever that is. I think I'm gonna call it in here. I'm almost 2 hours anyway. Anyway, I hope you guys are watching, and we're going to continue Sakura Moyu tomorrow. We might do the usual, the thing we did today, you know, like Yasuganasar and Sakura Moyu. I don't know. I feel like reading both at the same day. Anyway, I hope you guys are watching, and I'll see you. Ciao.